What's going on, guys? In today's video, we're going to be talking about Winston-Salem, facts versus myths. Let's get into the video. My name is Romulo Melli. I'm a local realtor and the team leader of the Smart Move Group brokered by eXp Realty here in Winston-Salem, but we've got connections all over the state. The reason that I wanted to make this video is because a lot of people are getting some misinformation out there about my beloved Winston-Salem, North Carolina. So I wanted to help clear out some myths versus facts. The first myth on today's list is going to be that Winston-Salem is a small city. But I'm here to break down the facts for you, so let's get right into it. Winston-Salem is a small city compared to Chicago, New York, LA. However, Winston-Salem's population is growing faster than most cities in the nation, increasing by about 4% in the last 5 years. Winston-Salem has a lot of great opportunities, from its diverse job market to its diverse cultural scene. But despite its rapid growth, Winston-Salem continues to be an affordable place to live. But if we want to talk facts, the population in Winston-Salem is right around 250,000 people. That's about 250,000 people. Now, to put that in perspective, I'm going to compare Winston-Salem's population versus population of other cities that you may be aware of. For example, Chesapeake, Virginia, St. Petersburg, Florida, Irving, Texas, and Scottsdale, Arizona, all are around that 250,000 people population. So myth number one, is Winston-Salem a small city? I wouldn't consider it a small city, especially if you take into consideration that there are cities, well-known cities out there with the same population. Myth number two on today's list is going to be that there is nothing to do in Winston-Salem. Many people believe that because of our size that Winston-Salem has nothing to offer when it comes to entertainment or nightlife. At one point that may have been true, but especially as of late, we are getting new businesses popping out left and right, new restaurants, new dining options, new things to do, new events, new entertainment options. Nearly every single weekend in Winston-Salem, you can find something fun and exciting to do. Winston-Salem and its surrounding towns offer something to do no matter what you're into, whether that's something outdoors, nature, hiking, kayaking, park type events, or if you want to go to all of the bars or breweries or trade shows of some kind, there's always something going on. We have a very vibrant arts community and there are tons of pop-ups all around town. Our downtown scene is getting bigger and bigger every time I look. There's something new and fun and exciting to do. Of course, we're known for a plethora of parks here in Forsyth County, Winston-Salem. So there's always activities going on at those parks as well. And in the city, you can catch NASCAR events, you can catch minor league baseball, all kinds of fairs, all kinds of cultural events. There's so much going on all over town. So when people say the myth of that there's nothing to do in Winston-Salem, of course, that is a total myth. There's tons of things to do. Another myth, and I get this one a lot, there is no diversity in Winston-Salem. Believe it or not, and especially as of late, Winston-Salem has become a true melting pot of cultures. Winston-Salem's cultural diversity stems from many different factors. The city's industrial growth in the 20th century has attracted people of all cultures and backgrounds to come to the area. Schools like Wake Forest University and the NC School of the Arts here in Winston-Salem attract people from all over the country, sometimes other parts of the world as well. The city is a hub for innovation, and that comes with many economic opportunities, which attracts talented people from all over the world. There are many initiatives from local cultural organizations that promote cultural events throughout the city throughout the year. We have the Greek Festival, the National Hispanic League's Fiesta every year, the Black Theater Festival, all kinds of stuff going on. Another myth on today's list is going to be that Winston-Salem is no longer an affordable place to live. Now, I know the answer to this because I see it every single day. I'm a real estate agent here in the area, so obviously reach out if you have any questions about that. Inflation is an economic reality that affected most places in the United States. Winston-Salem obviously is no exception to that rule. While we have seen a spike in prices, and now that we have 2024's numbers all in, we continue to see that Winston-Salem continues to be well below the national average when it comes to home prices. According to Google, the average home price in the United States is around $420,000. That's the national average. Here in Winston-Salem, the average home price, according to Google once again, is around $305,000, so well under $100,000 cheaper than the national average. And those are some basic numbers. I have some more if you want to hear about them. I'll just say this though, it's not hard to find a pretty decent deal somewhere for mid to high twos where you're getting a move-in ready home that you're gonna be happy with. We're gonna keep going with this video, guys. Before we do though, I just wanna take a quick second to give myself a quick plug. I am a local realtor in the area, so if you're thinking about moving to the area, have any questions, comments, or concerns, do not hesitate to reach out. The number on the screen, that is my personal cell phone number, goes to no one else but me. Do me a favor, hit that like button, leave me a comment like where are you watching this video from, but above all, subscribe because those kinds of things keep me motivated to keep pumping out these videos for you. Also, if you're on social media, find my social media handles in the about section of this video because I post a lot of local content, especially like restaurant reviews, things going on in the city, house tours, property tours, new neighborhood alerts, all kinds of things that you might find interesting if you're moving to the area. Enough of that, let's get back to the video. All right guys, another myth on today's list is that Winston-Salem is in the middle of nowhere. This was kind of hard to answer because my answer is no. Let's just start there. My answer is no, it's not in the middle of nowhere. But it just depends on how you qualify that question. We're centrally located in the state. We offer a great mix of both urban and rural lifestyles here, but it is far from isolated. I mean, just here in the Triad alone, we have 3 major cities in the state. We are surrounded by numerous rural towns, so as soon as you leave Winston-Salem, I can 100% understand how someone would feel like they're in the middle of nowhere. But it's one of those weird phenomenon where like you're in a neighborhood or you're in a rural area and you feel like, man, do they even have cell phone service out here? But you're like 20 minutes from a Target. It just feels very rural because of where you're looking at. I live on the outskirts of town. I live almost in Davidson County, literally on the border of the next county over. So I live in a very rural area, and I can get to my office, which is basically the center of Winston-Salem, where the mall, where all the highways are here, in about 15 minutes. So in 15 minutes, it can go from a sprawling metropolis to cows and chickens and farmland, which I guess is a good thing and a bad thing, right? You want to avoid the city, avoid the people, get cheaper taxes, bigger house, more land outside of city limits, but you're still close enough to get to that brand new Indian restaurant or that new Chinese place you've been meaning to try, or go watch that movie that your wife's been begging you to take her to. Another thing that I want to bring up briefly is that we're also really close to both Charlotte and Raleigh, relatively close. Charlotte's an hour, hour 20, Raleigh's an hour and a half, 2 hours away. So usually if there's like, for example, I'm a big comedy fan, I like sporting events, I like MMA, stuff like that. So if there's an event going on, it's probably gonna be Raleigh or Charlotte, and it's really not that big of a deal to take a quick drive there, drive back. If you wanna get really adventurous, you can spend the night, find an Airbnb or a hotel or something. But most times, most events, me and my wife just go for the night, come drive back home that same night. Same thing with air travel. We do have a couple airports here in the area. There's one in Winston, there's PTI in Greensboro, which is 30 minutes away, so it's really close. However, most international flights are gonna be leaving out of Raleigh or Charlotte. So once again, hour 20 to Charlotte, hour and a half, hour 45 to Raleigh, Durham International Airport. Not a problem there. I've also said this many times before, but we're only about 2.5, 3 hours to the mountains one side. We also got the beach 3, 4, 5 hours the other side, depending on which beach you're going to. So even then, like, it's not crazy to be in the middle of all that's going on. And that's gonna bring us to the end of today's video. Before you go clicking on one of my competitors' videos, do me a huge favor, hit that like button, leave me a comment, but above all, subscribe. Don't forget to check out some more videos on the channel. And of course, if you have any questions, call me, text me, not a problem at all. Happy to answer any questions, no commitments. Have a good one, and I'll see you in next week's video.